That's the only iPhone I've ever had.
All right, well, what's your name?
My name's Jeff Reynolds. Jeff, no middle name, Reynolds, yeah.
And so you were talking to me earlier about surfing, and you were talking to me about the difference between the Soul Surfers and the other surfers that are out there for the brand.
Right,
you know,
right.
What's the difference between you, and which one are you?
Well, if you were standing as we speak at the museum, the Huntington Beach Museum, if you were standing right there in front, you'd be able to tell the difference between Soul Surfers and Pro Surfers. Although I don't have nothing against them, you know, all the ones who make, I mean, they get to make money doing what they do, what they love. They get helicopter dropped off in the middle of wherever it's breaking, wherever it's good. But I can't count the days that I got to surf from the time the sun came up till the time the sun went down. I mean, endless days of waves and good times. And a real Soul Surfer knows what that means. You know? And it makes a big difference to him. When you see somebody nowhere near the beach, he might be in the wrong beach. There's no waves in Long Beach, right?
Right.
Is that right?
Right, there's no waves.
Are you sure?
Well, there used to be.
Well, whichever way it goes, you know, there's all kinds of different waves that they have now. So, you know, as far as recording what you think is, if I were you and I was doing what you're doing, and this is your first week, I'd be heading for the Huntington Beach Museum, and I'd check out and see whatever they have, whether they're open or closed. Like museums, the last one I was at was in Whittier, and I went to the door, and the doors were locked. And to myself, I thought the doors should be open, and I was like really frustrated. Like, how are they locked? Like, I'm supposed to be here, and the doors are locked. So museums are what? How would you express a museum of, say, surfing? I mean, what would be there if you went there? If you went there,
I'm not much of a surfer, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, maybe you can tell me what would be there. What would you expect to be in a museum?
In a museum?
Like a surfing museum.
Well, the first thing I'd expect to see is old school. Maybe a young boy and his dad trying to you know, make a bond between each other. Maybe a starting point and him trying to express what it was like in his day as opposed to the way it is then. Like Main Street, whether it's the Golden Bear, well, all the old spots, they all repeat themselves, you know. But when it's a museum thing that's a classical thing on surfing, Endless Summer would have to be part of it, right? Because those are two guys that took off and did their own thing, right? And one of my dreams, of course, is to surf Jeffreys Way Bay, the longest ride in the world before I die. You know? Regardless of what it looks like health-wise, if someone says, right now, your ticket's ready, all you got to do is go.
All right.
The longest rides in the world. I mean, those guys were way before their time, right? Way before their time. And it was something.
Did you ever surf Long Beach?
I surfed all the way up and down the California coast, Mexico, Hawaii, and quite a few different places. But wherever you're at, that's where you start looking after here. I think you're going to run into something bigger than you even realize. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And like you said, I asked you about your phone, your iPhone. Like, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to telephones, right? And everybody kept saying iPhone, iPhone, iPhone. Well, to me, you know, everybody's a computer. Like, my eye is just the way I see it. So
right, that's your iPhone right there.
That's my iPhone. That's it, right? So
very cool. Well, thanks for talking with me, Jeff. I really appreciate it.